Cat.
Yes.
This is Byron.
Hey, Byron, what's up, man?
I was in my EasyOrder account yesterday, and I've had it for years and never done anything with it.
Sure.
I took over the franchise from a previous owner, and he didn't successfully use it, and so I didn't understand very much of it. I've learned a lot just jumping into some of your webinars lately. But
yeah,
I tried to go in and manage my pricing.
Okay.
And, he's got 4 pages of pricing already set, but I've been trying to edit or delete them.
Yeah.
So that I can update it, and it's just keeps erroring out on me.
When you go and you're like physically editing prices, I'll tell you an easier way to do it. If you go to manage product data and you go manage your product pricing, the best way to do this, if you're going manually through here, this is kind of a nightmare just because it's manual and it's like takes forever and you have to save it every time. And so what I suggest you do to go through your pricing is you hit this export button up here at the top. What that does is going to give you a spreadsheet, which I'm way better with working with spreadsheets than I am, a software interface. And so basically you download your pricing. It's going to download it in a spreadsheet real quick here in a sec. It just is probably pulling a bunch of data.
Please wait.
Please wait. Internet's moving sluggish today, or at least on my computer it is. Okay, so there it is. And then what you want to do is open this up. And this is, again, I can work on a spreadsheet way faster than I can the system. So let me show you how this works. Here comes Excel. I need to reboot my computer. It's just moving slow. Okay, so here's the spreadsheet. This is all our products and pricing, everything we have in our system. You can look down. It's just a ton of stuff. And what you'll see is up at the top, this is the first row, and you want to make sure that you don't change anything in this first row. Notice it says manufacturer, model number, box name. This is the OEM model number. The box name is going to be like, for example, on a Q2612A model number, the box name is going to be just 12A. I'm going to mute those other dudes. Hold on one sec. Mute. Okay, so you keep all this the same. This is the retail price that is from Staples. This is your price where you would set a price. You can actually tell if you've ever set the price before. If you look and there's any pricing information in a field under Reman price, that's one that has already been changed. And so as you scroll down, you can see items that have been priced in the system. Probably not a lot in the Canon. Let me just go down to HP. So you see some of the stuff here. You've changed pricing. Here they've actually changed the description for certain things. So you can change the description. So basically you just want to go through here, and I would take your top 100 selling products or more if you want to, and just go through and you can kind of look up, find the cartridge, Q2612, and then it goes down to there, and you can kind of see the lot of A's, Micker, Jumbo, Dual Pack, X, all that, and then run through the pricing on here. And once you're done, save that, and save it in the same file format as it is. So when you save as, make sure you don't change it from this comma delimited to CSV, and you can call it, you can call it like priced. And then save that to your desktop or wherever. And then once you're done with this, you come back into here, and then you go back to manage your product pricing. You click import, and then you select the file you just worked on. So let's say this is it, wherever it is. Let's just say this is it. Oh, here it is. Boom. And you open, and you basically just import that. And then anything you've changed on the order form or on the pricing will now overwrite his pricing that was in there. And it will also overwrite anything that is unlocked order form. So for example, if you've gone through when you're creating an account and you've locked,
I understand how to.
Yeah. Okay. So specific pricing, if they've locked their order form, it won't touch their order form. But anybody who has an unlocked order form and they have the item that you just uploaded on theirs, their price will be updated. So you'll be able to do that, and that's a much better way of working with pricing. Plus, you can tell exactly what's been priced before and what's not been priced. just because you'll see that there's a price next to the item. So you can tell whether it's been priced or not, and then go and price your own. And then the next time you want to work on a list, you basically just go to the same thing and export every time you want to work on it. Always work with a fresh export, just because if you change things in the system and then it changes the price for the spreadsheet and then you want to upload it back in, it won't overwrite with old data. Do you know what I mean? So it's like always get an export and then change the prices and import it in. And then the next time you want to work on prices, get another export, work on it, and then import it. That's just because if you were to change, like say, a price during the week between exports, it would not be reflected in the old spreadsheet that you had saved. So that's why you want to pull a new one in every time you import, because you could have changed something, and then the new export will give you the snapshot of the system as it is right now. Does that make sense?
Okay. Well, yeah, and then for any for any products, I don't set a specific price. If I go in and through the managed product pricing, set it for instance, 27 to 30% off of OEM.
Yeah.
It's going to list it. Now, do I have to do that for Reman and compatible?
Most people don't use the compatible category. Even Cartridge World is going to just an OEM and an aftermarket kind of model with their global product master. And so, most people just use Reman for anything aftermarket, OEM for anything brand new, and they leave compatible alone. If you want to use compatible, you can, but that just creates extra, work for you and extra steps for you to have to process that. So it's really up to you on how you want to deal with the compatible category.
Okay. So, no, I think I got it. So anything that I don't have priced out in that spreadsheet in the export from an import, anything I don't have priced out there will be set at whatever I set the pricing at through the managed pricing.
Yeah, so like say anything here that's already priced, all the stuff you're seeing is stuff that's already been priced in the system. So you have like 7 pages of stuff that's already been priced, and I'll tell you the date and everything when it was touched. So anything that when you export it, anything that you haven't priced will just be blank. Anything you have priced will have a price by it. So that's how you'll be able to tell.
So anything that hasn't been priced is just following that that prompt for 30% off or whatever percentage I sold.
Well, when you say 30% off, are you talking about the pricing by percentage? Or are you talking about? Okay, so let me explain the pricing by percentage. You guys have landing pages, right? So Cartridge World USA. Maybe that'll go to there.
Okay, so the pricing by percentage, is that just for new subscribers?
It's for people who come on from these pages, from your landing page. So you have a landing page, and on there's a button that says My CW Quote. There's another button that says My CW Login. If they click My CW Quote, it comes to here. So this is where a customer can interact with your EasyOrder and get a quote without talking to you. So they can give you their name, contact information, add printers, and immediately, if you have the pricing by percentage set to 30% off, it immediately gives them that price off of our retail. So it gives them the quote at 30% off of our price or whatever you set it to, and then they can get the quote and they can actually buy directly from the quote. So it kind of gives you a way to capture business that wants to come and just get a quote and not be stopped in the process and do all that. So the pricing by percentage only affects customers coming from online. This doesn't affect your basic EasyOrder customers. It only affects people coming from the online piece. So if you set pricing by percentage, that doesn't affect your normal catalog. You could, and we are talking about maybe doing a pricing by percentage for the catalog, but there's a lot of ways that could mess up people's pricing in such a large, unrecoverable way if they were to do that to their entire catalog, that we haven't done it yet. So some people are taking, if you're really good at Excel, or even if you just do a quick Google lookup, if you wanted to do something like that, there's a formula you can put in that says make this column D 30% off and put that in column E. And then you can essentially, You essentially take all your pricing and instantly 30% off it, and then upload it into the system, and then you have the same kind of thing as pricing by percentage, but it's done via spreadsheet versus via system. Sometimes with
Right.
software, you don't want to give people too many tools to mess up things because I can see how somebody would just set 30% off or 25% off and not understand what they're doing, and then overwrite prices on people's order forms all over the place. So that's why we haven't.
Well,
Yeah.
even if you like prices ending in a 9 or a 7 or whatever your pricing structure is, then that's going to mess that up too, because the percentage is just going to.
Yeah, it'll be a weird. You'll get a weird number. You get that weird number of the 30% off. So it's really better to just like focus in on the products that you really want to price, that are kind of your mostly sold products. Price them the way you want. Spend the time to do it. Even if it's just like a couple minutes a day, doing 10 or 12 of them, and eventually you'll get to where most of your stuff is priced. And then once it's priced, you really won't have to worry about it. Just unless somebody goes up or down on their prices, you have to adjust the brand or a type of set of products, whatever. That's there. So just know that this is only for the online piece. These two are also only for the online piece, availability by manufacturer and by product. If you don't want your people online to search particular brands because you don't carry it, you can come in here and say, okay, I don't carry CopyStar, so I'm going to disable that. And so what that does, they can't even search CopyStar. So if you go through here and you don't want to have any of these brands being shown to your customers, you can turn all that off. Excuse me, I'm going to enable that. Also with specific cartridges, like let's say you don't want specific products to show up to customers, you go into manage availability by product, and let's say you want to say, okay, I don't want to see any of the Xerox compatibles in my HP listing, because HP is one of the most searched items, and we have the Xerox branded compatibles in there. So are we in your account right now? Is that your login?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Would you like me to disable all the Xerox product in HP for your online people?
Sure.
I can show you how to do that real quick. So basically, you just want to come down here and select the most that you can display. Click on that. That'll take all that, and then you just disable that set. It's going to disable all the Xerox on there. And then you go to page 2, and you set it, and you disable, and that'll kill those. And then one more page of product. Same thing, boom, and we'll disable. And so now when your customers come from your online piece and they search for an HP, they're not ever going to see a Xerox branded compatible in there that will confuse them. And so that's the reason for that. You can do Micker, you can search out Jumbo, you can do dual packs, anything you want to kind of get rid of for the customer so they don't see it, you can disable the products here. So that's another good thing about the online piece.
Let's see. What was I thinking? It had to do with managing products. Newer items that may be available yet as a reman. Do those show in the system?
Yeah. So as soon as somebody comes out with a new printer or product that they need, because you can also buy OEM for these printers. If a new one comes out, people will always request to add products. And then they send it to us and they say, hey, you need to add this cartridge and da-da-da. And then I go find out that it's like super brand new and it just came out and there's not a lot of data for it. I still add it to the system because at some point it will be available. And so a lot of times we'll have stuff in, like even if you get a list of new stuff, sometimes we'll already have it in the system because somebody is really ahead of the game as far as like requesting that we add these products. And out of our hundreds and hundreds of people who sell toner, there's somebody in there who's just like a nut about it, and so they'll send it to us and we'll add it. So a lot of times when something brand new comes out and you go to look for it, we'll already have it in the system. And then it's up to you to choose how you want to show it to the customer. If you can only get it OEM, you only show the OEM cartridges. By the time you can get it reman, and you'll know more about that than I will because we don't ever get notified of that kind of stuff, but then you would just switch it from an OEM to a reman and then give them the remanufactured cartridge.
Okay. Do we get notifications of those new products being added?
I don't do that currently. I mean, I could write that down as something that is a feature request that, maybe you're looking for as a report. It would just basically be a list of things depending on what date range you picked. that we've added. So, I mean, I can definitely do that. Would you want to just see the cartridge numbers, or would you want to see printers, or what are you thinking? More cartridge numbers?
Probably more cartridge numbers, because we can look up, the cartridge.
Yeah. Report for added products.
The thing is if someone logs on, requests a quote for a brand new printer that's just been launched and there is no reman, but you've already entered the product in by somebody's request, then they set the pricing at 30% off on a newly available item. I'm probably going to lose money.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. I hear you on that. I've never really thought about that before, as far as new not being available cartridges. The one thing though about the quoting system is that it does have messages at the bottom that you can kind of protect yourself against that kind of stuff with. So if you go to store settings and preferences, and then you click your store, and then you go into quotes, you can add like a stipulation sort of thing. So you could put in there some verbiage that all of our quotes all of our online quotes start off with a percentage of pricing. So this quote, it says right here, due to the fluctuation of printer cartridge prices, this price is good for 30 days after the date issued. You could say, if this is an online quote, we are able to adjust the price of it anytime because the quote's auto-generated. Anything like that that'll kind of protect you from that. So if the customer does get in that situation, you just explain to them, oh, well, our quote system is giving you a discounted price based off the retail cost. That cartridge is not available yet, and so let me requote you. And if they have problems, then you can have that spelled out at the bottom of some of your stuff, so that they know that you could requote due to something not being available. So if you're really worried about that, that's probably where I would add some verbiage. And then if you ever have to requote a customer, just say, oh, you know what, that's not available right now as reman, and so let me get you an OEM quote. And most of the times they'll just go, okay, that's fine.
Okay, great.
And you could say when it does come out, it'll be around that price, but right now it's not available. Anything else you'd like me to go over?
No, not right now. I mean, I've been utilizing some of the information that I've learned over the last few weeks, and
great.
Yeah, I've updated.
Did you come to the one where we were talking about LinkedIn? Have you seen that training?
Marketing. I did. I didn't catch a lot, but I did. I was in part of it.
Yeah. If not, it's on. Yeah, I understand how it is with the customers. I would go check this out, just because if you're wanting kind of a different way to market, this is really the most effective way right now that I'm seeing people market to people and get good responses from quotes. This is the one, thinking outside the box, where we go into LinkedIn and different techniques with LinkedIn. I would definitely check that one out, just because I've had people tell me that that is the new LinkedIn method is kind of working really well for them as far as in getting people to respond. So versus cold calling and hitting the streets and trying to find people to quote, this has become a much better way to target the right kind of customers that you want, meaning the bigger business to business customers. And then sending out lots of different in-mails so that you can get those people to allow you to give them a quote. So that's really works. So watch that video. That's really good stuff there about LinkedIn marketing. And then as soon as they give you a response, use EasyOrder to quote them, and then get them into the process. And this has been the thing that I'm hearing from multiple people, that is once they start doing it, it's very successful for them, because they're picking up clients with 10 to 30 printers in their office, and they don't have to be anywhere near you. You can always drop ship to them, and it's just like a pool of customers just waiting for your business, and all you have to do is kind of reach out and try to get them. So that's a good video to check out. The other thing I would say, Byron, is for people who, if you have people who are like not using the system, if they're calling you still and they're emailing you and they just don't seem to get on the system, there's a couple things that you can do. One, I would definitely, if a customer calls, I would take their information down, obviously, or if they have it in the POS, you can do it there. but take their info, create an EasyOrder account for them, and the next time they call, order that product through the system for them while you're on the phone, so that they get a confirmation like of their call and within seconds of you talking to them. And that looks really professional. And then two, the next time you call them, they go, remember how I jumped on there and ordered that cartridge for you real quick? Well, you can do that, and you don't even have to call or email or anything. We make it really easy for you to order. Would you like me to show you that? And they go, okay. And then you show them, and all of a sudden the light bulb goes off in their head, and they're like, oh, that's super easy. And then they do that the next time. And then that takes one customer that's a call-in customer and transfers them to an online ordering customer. And if you're diligent about doing this, you'll eventually get it to where most of your customers are ordering online. And that's where you're going to see, time saves. You're going to see employees not, having a lot of busy work by answering phones, and human error will go down. Bill was just talking this morning about how they delivered a tricolor cartridge, and the customer's like, no, I ordered black. And they were able to go back into EasyOrder and look at their order and showed that they actually ordered the color one. And they told the customer, well, let's go back and look at the order. And they looked at the order and said, well, this is what you ordered, but I will send you your black, but you did order that. So they were able to prove that the customer's always right, except for when they're wrong. And if you can prove to them that they're wrong, it helps to have all the orders going through the system. So if you're having problems with customers ordering, those are the top two things, is like marketing is hard, and my customers won't break their habit of whatever they were doing to order from me. And so if you can kind of get into those things, you'll see EasyOrder sort of being your best employee. I mean, this is the employee that's you're not going to call in sick. It's not going to have any boyfriend or girlfriend problems. It's going to be open 24/7 taking orders for you. So you really want most of your people to be on here, because most likely when they need ink and it runs out, or toner and their toner runs out, it's either after hours, or it's in a place where they need it right away and they need to contact you, and you may not be open during those hours. So with EasyOrder, you can at least get the order first thing in the morning when you're at work and start getting the order ready, communicate to them that you got their order, and you'll have it ready by X next time. So getting more people to use the system is really going to give you the benefit that you want out of EasyOrder, putting as many people on it, and even sort of forcing people to use it by showing them, by ordering for them, creating their accounts, that sort of stuff. It really just is like putting business in the pipeline. And once you have those people in there, they're going to continue to order, because once they order, it's like a 99% chance that they're going to keep ordering through the system unless something goes wrong, as far as, something that's not related to the software. So anyway, those are just my tips and tricks for EasyOrder. I appreciate you listening.
No problem.
All right.
Appreciate your help.
Absolutely. And if you ever find yourself in the same, I hate when anybody says, we weren't using it very much and we're not getting enough out of it. If you ever want to have like a one-on-one session, or you want to talk about anything, just call me anytime. If you have a customer where you don't know how to set them up, or maybe it's a new way to go bid for state and government business and you're just getting into that, or wherever else, I've been in this business for 12 years and I've seen a lot of different stuff from a lot of different people. So you can always bounce ideas off me and I'll give you my best answer.
Okay, sounds great.
All right, man. Take care. Have a good day.
Oh, well, you too. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.